There are just a few important steps to make this Chinese favorite egg drop soup, and we're going to make it ridiculously easy. Welcome to Lawyer in the Kitchen. Today we're going to make ridiculously easy egg drop soup. And it may take longer to actually say that than it will to make this once you get the ingredients all laid out. 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, you could make your own chicken broth, but this is pretty good, and I'll tell you why. It's 9 grams of protein. So if you're buying chicken broth, if you go to that little panel in the back and you look and you see how many ounces or how many grams of protein, that'll tell you almost automatically that it's going to get better. The more protein, probably the better the chicken broth is. And this is 9. Most of them some are 1, some are 4 and 5, but this is 9. It's going to be good. 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar, 1/8 of a teaspoon of white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, and that's for the coloring. And then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of sesame oil, some chopped scallions, 3 eggs, 3 tablespoons of, it's not flour, cornstarch. All right, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/3 cup of water. We'll mix those two at the end, not at the very end, before we add the egg to thicken the soup to whatever level of thickness we want. And you can do whatever you want with it as well. All right, we're ready to start. All right, very simply, we're gonna start off with our chicken broth. It says shake before you use it because obviously it's sitting in the shelf, it'll settle down, and you want everything in there, all that flavor. We're gonna get that going. There we go. Eyebrows, checking for eyebrows here. Is my beard still on? We're gonna get this nice and warm. As soon as we do, we're gonna add the other ingredients. So we've got our broth to a simmer, so I'm going to add our sugar, white pepper, accent, MSG. Obviously you can skip that if you need to. Turmeric, and our sesame oil. And just let this all incorporate nicely. Ah, it smells good already. Adding raw egg to simmering broth is believed to be an ancient practice dating back to 1400 BC in China. In both China and Egypt, the soup was named egg flour soup because of the floury ribbons that are created when the raw egg is drizzled into the broth. In China, there are regional variations, such as in the south, where the soup is thickened with cornstarch, but in the north, it is left thin and watery. In Cantonese imperial courts, egg drop soup was made to show the chef's finesse in making the fine swirl of eggs. Today, however the swirl turns out, you're going to love the taste of this soup. While it's doing that, we'll get our cornstarch slurry ready. Unlike flour, cornstarch is a lot easier to work with. You don't have to worry about it clumping, at least if you stir it. And you got to stir it pretty well. Flour, if you did that with flour and it wasn't really cold water and you put all that in at once, you'd have clumps and lumps all over the place. Cornstarch slurry in a little bit at a time, and we're going to stir this around so it doesn't clump up in the actual broth. And we're just looking for whatever we like for a thickness. I don't like it super thick, like it's been on a buffet for 4 hours. And I think that's plenty right there. Let's have a look at that. And then here comes the good part. So while that's warming up again, because it'll still get a little thicker, we're gonna go ahead and get our eggs ready. I just throw these on the floor. All right, now, in terms of beating these eggs, if you beat them lightly, there will be some strands and ribbons of white in there. From the whites. Now it depends on how you like it. If you want them all homogeneous and all one color, that's fine. This is pretty good for me. I'm gonna have a check on this and we're just about done with this. All right, so we're gonna swirl the water around in a circular fashion. And the faster you swirl it, the smaller the egg drop flowers will be. And that is done. This took what? It took 15 minutes total time to make this, and it's super easy. All right, let's serve it. I did check this before we finished up, and it needed about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So be sure you can do that before you put the egg in. The egg's not gonna change it that much. Just check it with a spoon, a little spoon, and see if you like the level of saltiness, and if you want to add anything else, that's fine. So we're ready to scoop this up. I'm happy with it. I like the mix. I don't like it real fine ribbon with the egg. I like it with some clumps in there, which is what we have here. And we're gonna taste this. That's good. Got the right amount of salt now. Have a taste.
Ooh.
Isn't that tasty?
That's fantastic.
Hey, and you know what? It's ridiculously easy. I mean, wasn't it? I mean, come on,
It
you
was
watch.
so
I mean,
easy.
it usually, it could take 15 minutes to cook something, and it may take an hour to do the video, but it took us 15 minutes to do this whole thing. And so you can make this quickly. It's as good as a restaurant, and you can flavor it up. You can add vegetables. You can do whatever you want with it, but it's a very tasty dish. I would appreciate it if you like this video that you subscribe and like. It'd be nice. Make a comment if you would. I'll respond back, and I'll see you next time on
While you're in the kitchen.